Disclaimer, this video is just going to be about the 2017 Astros cheating scandal, not 2018, 19, any of that. We've all seen the memes and the pictures. The Astros stole my other sign. That's a good one. The Houston Asterix, yep, that one was pretty good too. And look, it's a piece of baseball history. It's the trash can that they banged on. And this video that went viral shows it all. The banging of the trash can signaling off speed, and no banging of the trash can signaling a fastball. I'm just going to let this video play out. It's upsetting. Now, a lot of people say that the Astros wouldn't have won the World Series without cheating. I don't know. But in this episode of What If Sports today, I'm going to be finding that out. And yes, the 2017 Astros did cheat in the playoffs. The Yankees said that they were whistling signs in the dugout, and A.J. Hinch said that was crazy, and it turns out that A.J. Hinch was the crazy one, not the Yankees. Before we start, I'm just going to list some of the advantages of sign stealing. It helps with stealing because if it's an off-speed pitch, it takes longer for the ball to get to the catcher, therefore he won't throw it in time. It also helps with hitting bombs because you know what's coming. You don't have to sit any pitch. You know what pitch is coming. You know if it's a 100 fastball coming at you or an 89 slider. Stealing and hitting are both huge advantages that definitely helped the Astros to win this game. And right here is when Altuve rounds the bases, not wanting his jersey to be taken off. And later in an interview, he'd say he didn't want it taken off because he's shy, but we'll talk about that later. Now, a lot of people think that Altuve didn't want his jersey taken off because he had a buzzer on to relay signs. And Altuve said it's because he was shy, he didn't want to take his shirt off, and he had a quote-unquote ugly tattoo. And we're about to see if any of that's true. Here's Altuve's post-game interview, and I think he had a buzzer. His response is awful. Listen to it.
Last time they did that, I got in trouble with my wife.
I think this is proof the Astros cheated in the postseason. Now, I know that I said I was only going to talk about the 2017 season, but this interview and the don't take off my shirt is just proof that the Astros did cheat in the World Series, if you think that they were using a buzzer under their shirt. And that's the exact reason why people think the Astros wouldn't have won the World Series. If they cheated in the postseason, then they had a huge advantage. And the Astros had many close postseason games. And some series went into Game 7. And my thinking is, if they didn't sign steal in that particular Game 7, then they wouldn't have won it. Basically, what I'm trying to say here is that sign stealing gave them so much advantages that I don't think they would have won in the postseason. Plain, simple, and it's my opinion. Maybe Astros fans think differently and think that their team was just so good it didn't matter. Another piece of evidence is that Josh Reddick has stunk ever since 2017. But when the Astros cheated in 2017, he had his best year. Coincidence? I think not. And if there isn't even enough proof that the Astros wouldn't have won the World Series if they didn't cheat, listen to this.
17 Astros in Minute Maid Park, right? In 2017, they were the team that struck out the least at home. The previous season, they struck out the third most among all home teams in baseball. A huge reversal.
Now, he would later say in the video that he doesn't agree with this because the Astros were a different team, but I think that's evidence. I mean, how do you go from being one of the worst striking out teams to one of the best in not striking out? Had to be sign stealing. Now, after watching this part of the video, you're probably thinking the Astros didn't deserve that World Series, and this play that just happened where the Astros do win, they don't deserve it. And if they didn't sign steal, then they wouldn't have won the World Series. Simple as that. And Dodgers fans are thinking, yeah, we should have been the ones to win the World Series, not the Astros. If I were a Dodgers fan, I would be mad that I got scummed out of a World Series ring. For somebody who plays baseball, it makes me mad too. If I knew a pitch wasn't coming, I probably wouldn't have struck it out as much. Astros fans watching this video are probably like, oh, this guy didn't do our side. He only thought of the side against us. Well, I'm about to talk about the Astros side of the story. This graph shown by Foolish Baseball shows that the Astros were better on the road than at home. And I don't think the Astros cheated on the road. And this might be evidence just to show that if the Astros didn't cheat, they would have won it all along. Article written by USA Today shows that MLB players knew about the Astros cheating, and they just saw that it wasn't that big of a deal and that it was sort of a thing to sign steal. Maybe the Astros would have won it nevertheless, or not. I don't know. That's why I made this video, to figure out, and it's really hard to figure out, and I think it's up to your opinion. And the only thing that I know is that the Astros should have been punished more. Maybe if they still would have won the World Series, I think they should have at least gotten draft picks, money, and players suspended. They got such a weak punishment. Do you think the Astros would have won if they didn't cheat? Leave your answer in the comments below. I personally think that they would have lost in the World Series to the Dodgers. If you enjoyed this video, like it, and subscribe to my channel. Here are the credits, roll the outro, get out of my face.